So the importance of geography by Luciano D'Orazio. Our pitiful knowledge of geography has been well documented for the last decade. Among the most notable studies was the 2006 Roper study, sponsored by the National Geographic Society. I will spare a detailed analysis, but some of the highlights include that most young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 demonstrate a limited understanding of the world beyond their country's borders, and they place insufficient importance on the basic geographic skills that might enhance their knowledge. What is even more disturbing is the declining attitude towards geography. 21% of respondents said that knowing where countries were in the world is not too important. 38% of respondents said the same about learning another language. As our ability to understand the world grows more and more, we want to know less and less about it. The results are scary. One need not look further than my own students to see the results of such thinking. Many of my fifth graders, even as late as December, still thought that the Bronx was a country. The Bronx, of course, is a borough, a section of New York City. Many didn't even know how many states comprise the United States, where our capital is located, or even its name. One kid even alleged that Puerto Rico was a borough of New York City, though considering the demographic, he may be onto something. Yet they all knew where the Chuck E. Cheese is located. Most have an encyclopedic knowledge of the shops in Co-op City, or the amusement possibilities of New Rochelle, dubbed New Rock City. They also have exact bearings on where to find the nearest McDonald's, Burger King, and KFC, which could also become their future employers if they're not careful. Geography is essential to our education, not just knowing how to read a map, but at least a basic understanding of where countries, states, and continents are located on the map. The maps do look nice on the wall, at least before Jose decides to tag them with a Sharpie. Yet the study of our world has many other implications as well. So this is why geography is important. Number one, geography is multidisciplinary. You have to read maps and understand what symbols mean. Okay, distances, angles, and rates of speed or travel are all needed to be calculated. Borders between states or countries can change or shift over time for different reasons. The natural boundaries, mountains, rivers, oceans, etc., serve ecological, social, and economic purposes. Geography extends to every discipline. Number two, geography informs our history. New York City isn't where it is because of dumb luck. Verrazzano and Hudson both stumbled into the greatest natural harbor on the Atlantic coast. Boston started as a peninsula sheltered by the inland water of Cape Cod. New Orleans sprang up at the terminus of our continent's most important river system. These were no accidents. Geography played a huge role in the development of civilization. Number three, geography informs our perceptions, both true and false. One need look no further than the greatest tool of white supremacy in world history, the 1569 Mercator World Map. Yes, a map. Gerardus Mercator, his wildly popular map, was created with a huge distortion. The areas farthest away from the equator were abnormally larger. Europe, North America, and Russia are all greatly oversized. Europe is also placed squarely in the middle, as if the world revolved around it. Now, this is probably unintentional. Mercator was European, after all, and used a familiar vantage point. But his map has helped to color our perceptions of people and countries for many years. It's important for kids to understand this. Okay, number four, geography is tactile. Geography is one of the few parts of social studies that's hands-on. That's another definition for tactile. The best way to get a kid excited about the world is to put a map or globe in their grubby little mitts. To actually see where the United States is compared to the rest of the world can often be a shocking experience. It also helps the students understand the world, that the world doesn't revolve around us, even though that's how it seems. Students should have access to as much geography as humanly possible. The more kids understand the world, the more curious they get about how the world works, especially its problems. The geography problem, in many ways, is the most urgent problem, as it colors almost every other aspect of social studies. Extending knowledge of world geography will help our students make a positive mark on that same world later in life. Okay, now I'll show you the questions again, and you have 10 minutes to complete the questions. 10 minutes to complete the questions. Oh, whoops. 10 minutes to complete the questions. Go.